Okay, we're back for game 2. Decided the first video was fine. Yeah, here is the draft. So once again, I am second pick. We actually won the flip game 1. I took second pick. They took Dire. Or sorry, I took second pick. They took Radiant. Game 2, they had choice. They chose to take first pick. I chose to take Dire over Radiant just because we played it last game and, you know, keep it the same mental game or something. I don't know. Almost a reason. For bans, mine were exactly the same. I didn't really have any reason to ban the heroes they picked early over the heroes I'd already banned. Also, generally not a huge fan of changing my early bans unless there's something that I really didn't feel convicted about in the first place. Especially if I won the last game. They did change something up. They replaced the Wraith King ban with a Gyro ban, which is fair. They also changed up their first pick to open with a CM instead of a Jakiro, which meant that we couldn't pick CM. And I decided to change my first two picks entirely. The Sand King, although I think it was fine last game, Chen said he wanted to play something else, and with that win we were locked for playoffs, so it's like, yeah, let's do something else. So I picked the Skywrath Legion combo. I think these heroes on their own are very strong, just objectively good heroes. Together they're even better, because the dual Skywrath ult combos earlier are really good. I think I missed, like, almost all of my Skywrath ults somehow. Like, just dead-ass misclicked it, but, you know, it still worked. Just damage to pump into duel. So yeah, anyway, sort of tangenting there, but that's what we decided to do. Just open with those two heroes. There's not really much to counter it. They respond with CM Jakiro, or it's not with CM Jakiro, they respond with a Jakiro, which means their first two picks are CM Jakiro. I really dislike this opener. I feel like their support players are both kind of 5s, and it seems like both games they decided to pick 5 heroes instead of a 4 hero. I really dislike this way of picking supports. I think 4 right now is a very strong position. There's a lot of very good heroes that have a lot of impact and scale really well from the pos 4 role. When you're just like picking 2 pos 5s like this, I feel like it's such a waste. But they chose to do it, and I think it's even worse here that they've picked these 2 heroes into Legion. Like, if you drop your spells on a Legion on these 2 supports, Legion just purges stuff off. They're both very easy to purge off. The root, the slow, the burn slow from Jakiro, just not good against Legion. Moving on to the bans, they ban Lifestealer, who, for similar reasons, quite good against CM Jakiro. They also ban Pugna. Probably pretty targeted at Greg for reasons. I'm not entirely sure why they changed it up this game. Maybe they just felt like they didn't have to fear a Zeus, because I already revealed my hero, so I wouldn't be able to flex pick it if I picked it. I decided to ban the Pudge, because even though it didn't work out last game, their offlaner is still pretty good at Pudge, and he's a very good hero against Sky and Legion, who really want to burst someone down. You can't burst down the Pudge, he's just too tanky, and if you try and do it someone near the Pudge, he'll actually just hook them away. It's decently effective. And then I banned the Naga. I still didn't feel a need to ban PL. I felt like even though we didn't have incredible AoE, he just wouldn't really be able to get online early enough with this strong laning duo that I picked, as well as the pick-off potential. Naga, on the other hand, I think is a bit more annoying. She's a bit stronger early, and she can actually kind of set up fights for Jakiro and CM. I chose to not ban Necro like I did last game, even though I know they liked the Necro a lot, because I felt Skywrath was good enough against him that we could deal with it if they chose to pick it. I wasn't actually totally convinced they would pick it, but as you see here, I pick an Ogre, because I like the hero here. We already have a ton of damage from Skywrath, so we don't really need damage from our pause 5. He does offer, though, a stun and a buff, which are very useful, and then they do end up picking up that Necrophos in response. They pretty much insta-picked it. One of their offlaner's favorite heroes. I don't think it was a great pick, to be honest. I don't know if I'll show any of the in-game this time round, but it's an offlaner that offers no CC, no initiation, alongside 2 supports that offer limited CC and no initiation. They're just a pile of magic damage. Last game, both teams had a lot of magic damage. I think having a lot of magic damage is kind of like the in thing right now. There's just a lot of heroes that do a lot of magic damage, and if you're not one of those heroes, then you're dying first. But that's literally all they have this time. Like last time, sure, Sand King, a lot of magic damage, but also a stun. Gyro, a lot of magic damage, but also, once again, stun with homing rocket and a lot of physical. But, I mean, this is CM Jakiro Necro. It's literally just magic damage. In response to this lack of initiation and jump, I pick a Dro. I'm aware they have 2 picks that they could take. They could take heroes that can get on top of Dro, but it's going to have to be, or I expected it to be, pause 1 and pause 2 heroes. They theoretically could have put the Necro on a pause 1 or pause 2, picked a traditional initiating offlaner, like an Axe. Maybe you countered the Dro that way. Instead, they did choose to pick a Blink core hero. This is a pause 1 Alchemist. You know, he has a stun. He pretty often buys a Blink. He is a decent initiation hero. I don't think I like it, in theory, against Skywrath and Legion. There's just a lot of pick-off potential to shut him down early, not ever let him get his farm, and then you have to deal with a Dro knocking on your door. So, not crazy about it. I banned the Quap for similar reasons of last game. She can get on top of and blow up a Dro very easily. Sort of different from the Gyro. Gyro is a little annoying because it's a BKB piercing nuke in particular. So in the mid game when he has like Drum's BKB or Ag's BKB, he has the potential to get blown up through it. Dro's a little different because she's not really a BKB core, but she absolutely hates getting blinked on, so took that hero out of the game. They banned Lina. I assume just it's not only a pretty good hero right now, but against heroes like Necro and Alk, you really want to burst them down. If you let them live, they heal. That's like, it's very hard to win like a slow fight against a Necro or an Alk, because they're just throughout the duration of the fight, they're constantly healing, and just by the very nature of being alive, they're going to be doing damage. So ideally, you really want to blow those heroes up. They also pick an OD, and I think Lina's meant to be pretty good in lane against OD. She's long enough range that he never really gets the W off on her. If he ever feels the need to W himself, he'll just set himself up for an LSA, so that's not an option at all. And then she can burst him. So it was a pretty good ban, I think. We end up picking Sniper. He is very good against Necrophos. He's pretty good against OD, and, you know, probably not particularly good against Alk, but doesn't need to be good against everything. We also have Legion, Ogre, and Drow Ranger to buff his attack speed. So, yeah, very good sniper game, I think. Necro and OD in particular, they just have issues dealing with him. And I think this does stem from their lack of lockdown, because they picked not a real 3 hero and not a real 4 hero, 2 positions that very often fill that lockdown catch role. Just, I think, kind of wasted here, but do we want to watch a bit of this? Do I want to show how bad I am at Sky? I don't know if I want to, like, snitch on myself like that. But we take a while to discuss it anyway. Pick the Sniper, show off my sick Sky set at least. And let's look at the laning real quick again, because once again, I think it's pretty hard to look at the draft without knowing how the lanes go. And in pro games, I think it's a very integral part of the draft, where you're 100% thinking of the lanes very strongly while you draft. For leagues like RD12 and LD12, the lanes are a little more random, to be honest. They're very hard to predict, especially in LD12, man. It's like, you say one thing's gonna happen, it's like, yeah, that makes logical sense. And then it just doesn't happen, because someone's playing, strangely. Like, and it happens in RD12 a lot, too. Like the first game I mentioned, in theory, they had a tri-lane that should just, like, smashed ours. But, like, everyone just did weird stuff, and no one's playing perfectly, because no one's that good. And it, just goes to shit. So, one interesting thing is they chose to tri-lane again with the Alchemist. I actually knew they were doing this because they had not only done it last game, but I saw like 2 weeks ago they picked an almost identical draft where they had Necro solo and Alch tri-lane. And this almost makes sense, I think. I think Necro does really like the solo XP, and Alch does want to have his farm secured. At the same time, it makes no sense, because now Alch is going to have no levels. Especially because they don't win this tri-lane. I chose to put Dro solo bottom against Necro. I, for some reason, thought that Dro would, like, beat Necro in lane. I realized very quickly how stupid of an assumption that was. I think if Dro has an advantage, or if Dro's mid, she probably does actually beat him. One sec here. Oh, there you go, cat. Nope, okay. But in this pure 1v1, I mean, he makes a couple mistakes with CS, but I think the issue is that Necro can kind of just run the Dro down, and he's going to win these early trades by power of Death Pulse. So, like, nice and quick does that. Drow's already half HP and has bought less regen than him, too. This cat. So this was kind of a mistake on my part. I think I should have put one of these heroes bottom, probably Skywrath, to bully the Dro. Or bully the Necro, sorry. And give Dro a better lane. I don't hate the fact that we tri-laned against them, because we do, like, completely annihilate this Alchemist. But, yeah, I probably should have at least started bottom on Skywrath. I think, Tree said the exact same thing in his cast. He said I should have started bottom on Sky. I think I also could have killed him if I TB'd right here. But I hesitated, because I was level 1. So anyway, just some hindsight from me there. But overall, we're probably losing bottom, but I think we were going to win top very hard. We did win top very hard. And I don't know if we straight up won mid, but we definitely didn't lose it. Let's see here. How'd this go? Yeah, not winning, not losing. Just pretty equal. Bottom lane's kind of getting stomped. Dro's at least getting levels so she can eventually jungle. I don't really care about a big Necro, because I think he's just terrible against Skywrath, and terrible against Sniper. Like, this is not a good Necro game. And top lane is, like, even bigger stomp than bottom lane. My boy Doom Cow here, level 3. Chased out of his lane, chased out of his jungle. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much more to this game. OD Alchemist, I think, also very greedy. So that OD kill there, the Ancient Seal into Assassinate, very good combo. I mean, at this point, I think he is straight up losing mid. So we'll get net worth here. Sure, Necro's having a really good game. Dro's in a rough spot, but they got crushed top. Like, Alchemist, the free money hero, is this far behind. Hero literally generates gold, and he's this far behind. Supports, once again, I'm like way ahead of their supports. Mid lane also winning. And so now they're at this point where, like, they have to catch up farm, right? But the issue is that no one can, like, make space for this farm. So, like, if Alk goes to jungle, like, OD can't fight. OD also needs to jungle. If OD wants to jungle, it's not like Alk's making space either. Like, neither of these heroes can make space for each other. I think they kind of just both have to jungle. And then Necrophos can kind of, like, walk down lanes. But, you know, not on his own. Like, if he's walking down lanes, this is too loud. If he's trying to walk down lanes with just his support duo against a Skywrath, he's gonna die. And I think he does die. Yeah. I don't really know what they're doing here with this Game 2 draft, to be honest. Like, I think Game 2 was pretty close. And I understood, like, their intentions. Like, I thought conceptually their ideas weren't bad, even though I think they could have been better. This game is like, I think this is just a bad draft from them, through and through. Necro's doing work, but... So we get to this point now. OD and Alk are trying to jungle with mixed success. Dro is also just trying to jungle. We can't put a huge amount of pressure on. Our draft isn't exactly fast. We're a little greedy ourselves. Sniper... I think Sniper fights actually pretty decently well early. But he's a bit of a farming hero, and Dro is definitely a farming hero. So we can't just run down lanes and, like, super punish their greed here. You see, with the power of Alchemist getting free gold, despite not really having any CS, they are sort of caught up. But, man, even when they're, like, equal in gold, I don't know how they fight our team. So once again, their only real strong hero until they have multiple items is going to be this Necro. And this Necro just gets annihilated by Sniper and Skywrath. Let's do this a little faster. Something actually interesting happened. Did we, like, kill Necro at some point? Yes. I guess you could rewatch that a little. Just to see how these concepts play out. So, alright. Necro has actually bought a Eul's in an attempt to counter a Skywrath combo, which is decently smart, but, like, there's still just a ton of damage being dropped on him. Like, Sniper is throwing down these shrapnels and right-clicking him. He's still getting wailed on by Skywrath spells. Like, they can't jump and kill his Sniper. They don't have jump and they don't have burst. At least not until these two heroes, which are very greedy and lost their lanes, have blinks. And they can't rush blinks. Like, an Alk isn't just grabbing a blink, he needs to get other items first. Like, at least a Radiance. He can probably go Radiance into blink, maybe. But he needs at least a Radiance. And OD similarly kind of needs one item before he can get a blink. Go like either Kaya or Veil, then blink. So he has a Kaya. He actually really stupidly goes for a Veil as well, which I think is unnecessarily greedy. But it's already looking a bit grim. I think, ideally, what they should have probably just put this Necrophos mid. I mean, that's a little hard, because, I mean, he would have lost lane against Sniper pretty hard, I think, in theory. But I think you needed an actual jump hero. Like, you needed to pick, like, an Axe or something. And move your Necro somewhere else. Maybe even put the Necro pause 1, honestly. And then you could maybe still pick the OD if you wanted to. But, like, this OD out combo had to change. I actually screw up a fight here pretty bad. This Eul's pickup it worked out really well. They win a fight while their Alk is free farming, which is pretty big. Guess we are just watching through this whole game. It's only 20 minutes, so don't worry. Oh my gosh, it's so weird to watch that on fast motion. Flappy Bird. Oh. They're a little, you know, drone sniper, both trying to farm some jungle, which gives them a little bit of space. Yeah, Necro makes this really questionable decision here. I mean, like, this Yule's made him pretty hard to kill. Because we couldn't just drop the combo on him. Like, Legion had to duel him before. Legion has to start with duel, or else he just Yules it off. And there you go. I missed my ult there, by the way. That wasn't doing any damage. But, like, yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean, that's an example of what happens when you... Oh, what the hell? Just jumped in time. Another person is getting blown up. Ancient Seal is a very good spell. Just can't cast spells, just die. You have Ogre Stun and Sniper right clicks. Yeah, so at this point we are just walking down lanes. It took a little longer than maybe ideally. Chen actually just kills himself here. I have no idea what he was thinking. But like, we are still walking down lane and taking towers. So even with that misplay, they're losing their towers. Like, the timer is ticking very quickly for them. And they still don't have blinks on either of these blink initiators. So they have no way of killing snipers still. Like, they are very bad against this hero. This little combo happens again. We all tip him. As good friends do. Dro's actually got items now despite the terrible start that I gave her. Do chill a bit. Like, once again, I think ideally, we had the potential... Like, we want to be a little more active than we were. Another misfire, I thought. Because we are ahead pretty firmly at this point, but... Like, I think their draft was a draft that could have just lost. Like, if we had the ability to be a bit more active, like, if Dro had a better laning stage, like, if I helped the Dro a bit, gave her a better laning stage, so we didn't have to have her AFK farm quite as much, if she was able to get online just a little earlier, or maybe we just played a little tighter, or we had something a little faster paced than a sniper. I don't regret the sniper pick at all, because I think it was really good here. But ideally we could be a little more aggressive. Anyway. I think we like take Roche here. They can't really afford to stop us. So once again, like, their heroes just aren't online. They're about to get a blink on Alk. They're going BKB on OD. Which, I mean, you kind of feel like you have to. We have 2 silences, a bunch of magic damage, and a stun from Ogre, all of which will just, like, kill you. Like, any of the silences and you're just dead. I think this mostly comes down to this questionable Veil pickup, though. If you had gone Kai into Blink, would have felt a lot better. This is pretty much game end right here, so Necro's gonna walk up. Actually, right. We Blink killed him first. Actually landed that ult, I think. We'll go back. Let's double check. If I landed this ult, this might have been the only one I landed all game on stun targets. Actually, that's hard to tell. I'm not sure if I landed that or not. I think I might have missed that one too. Okay. The Days on Drow, we're just very fiercely pushing the high ground here. Even 4v5. There's not a lot they can do. Yules to get it off. But, like, they, like, can't fight into this. Like, they can't jump us. Like, we don't even have a frontliner right now. But their draft has, like, no way to fight through this. They just kind of slowly walk towards you and attempt to click you. Like, they have no burst, no real lockdown, or no good lockdown. Like, I think we're actually winning despite Chen being dead almost the whole time. The Necro tries to walk up again, probably pretty tilted. It just dies. The Alchemist has a BKB, so he tries to just run him with the BKB and dies. And that's GG. So, you know, that's how that game played out. I think that's probably all I'm going to do today. I might go back and look over one of the drafts of the series we lost when I was kind of out of commission and look over one of those before the end of the week. If not, I'll try and make one of these for our playoff game whenever that's happening. Sometime this weekend. But, yeah. That's it for now. Hopefully that was enjoyable for someone. And see you next time.